Hi lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranad and here is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notification so that anytime I upload videos, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also dedicate eye, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. So guys, I came by this video on my For You page on TikTok where this pan-colored man decided that he had right to say what he was actually saying about, black people. He went ahead to talk about how they never built anything, that if not, why wouldn't they just go back to Africa? Guys, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
You didn't fucking build our country. You didn't build shit. Some of you worked here, yeah, but you didn't build. If that was the case, then you can build your own shit in your own country. Look at Africa. How great is that built?
Not wrong.
Greatest standard of living on the planet.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Didn't even invent the wheel until the 1900s.
So I ain't gonna hold you that long, my man, because I don't want you screaming America on me. But I just had to let you know that Africa's not a country. So if you pay for that education, I think you need a refund. My job is not to educate you, but I just had to let you know that when you speak, we don't take it serious. And the wheel was not invented in the 1900s. It was believed to be built by the Mesopotamian people around 4000 BC. So try not to sound so dumb as hell.
You didn't fucking.
Let me guess. You don't read. You don't do history. Oh, that's right. They took history out of the books. Even though that y'all not like y'all would have known anyway, but your papa them, they didn't teach you all the right history. They just brought you up in this energy of we own everything, it's ours, and if you see black people or brown people with it, it's not theirs, they just took it from us. We don't know how they got here. They were slaves, but then we don't know why they didn't go back. We don't know, but we everything you see was ours because we put a patent on it. They can't even explain to you how they built. They can't even tell you what materials we used to build a White House. You know why? Because we built this shit. We did. Black folks, brown folks, Japanese folks, Irish folks. See, some of y'all sitting here repeating shit that y'all ancestors said and don't even know what the hell you talking about. So let me just give you a little bit of an idea. See, during the Reconstruction era, when we were free, we were building our own towns. We had airports. Down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they had theaters, they had airports, they had businesses, they had their own banks and cars. And that was all taken away in a matter of 2 days because someone lied that a black man touched a white girl on the elevator. And somebody kicked it off and they bombed a whole town. We did build shit. We built it. We built a lot of things. And you all gonna get to see what else we did, what other people did that were not white men. Y'all gonna get to witness what the destruction that you all has caused. You all gonna get to see exactly what happened. You wanna constantly cover up what y'all did and have these angry podcasts talking about what we did not do. It's not going to cover the fact that we did. The chicken's gonna come home to roost, and your microphones and your audience is not gonna be able to save you or even hear you say another word and put out another lie because you know the truth. You just trying to speak to the other angry people that believe the BS coming out of your mouth. I was trying not to cuss, but y'all gonna stop with that. Do your history, sir. And in countries, African countries are built. Cause you look going back to some made up shit, because there were several commercials during the 90s of Save the World when they weren't really showing you the lands of South Africa after apartheid, Ghana, the presidents, the beautiful landscapes that are in Nigeria. Are you fucking kidding me? You think y'all did that? We are highly intelligent and developed. We have HBCUs here in the country of the United States of America that have trained several very skilled African Americans since the opening of the first HBCU in the late 1800s. Don't come for us, sir. Don't go up. Don't keep speaking that evil shit to your listeners. Shame on you.
The burn pit. I have a question before I start. But what does it feel like to live at the intersection of your ignorance, your small dick energy, and your racism? See, I asked your sister, but she said you've been lying to her all this time and telling her that 3 inches was 6. That was until I introduced her to a ruler. Now, let's get it. I know it's the whitewashed education system that has you believing that you had something to do with building this country besides enslaving people. But not only did you not build this country, you didn't connect the parts that minorities built, because the Transcontinental Railroad was built by Chinese immigrants and indigenous tribes paid the price for it. Or should we say you stole the price from them. And that wealth you talk about as if your great-great-grandpappy did something more than sit around on his wraparound porch drinking mint juleps while also graping black women was built on the backs of those slaves. Because slavery was so profitable, it sprouted more millionaires per capita in the Mississippi River Valley than anywhere in the nation. And guess what you all did with that wealth? You brought more slaves. Question, have you taken up that we didn't build this country rhetoric with your Lord and Savior Donald Trump here? Because this is what he said out of his mouth. See, even he realized, as bigoted and racist as he is, that black labor is the foundation of this country's economic growth. Make no mistake about it, you troglodytic glowworms. Enslaved people built this country's early infrastructure while also giving this country financial standing in the world through lucrative crops like cotton and tobacco. Even after slavery, black people were critical to the industrial growth of this country, the agricultural growth in this country, and our black women were responsible for suckling your stupid asses when your own mammies couldn't do it. Now, understand, before I get into the greatness of Africa prior to the scourge of colonization that you represent, at no time in this world's history has Africa gone into Europe looking for anything. Unlike Western society and European countries are always scrambling to get into Africa. Understand that Africa had great and influential empires while your ancestors were still in the Caucasus Mountains eating raw meat because they hadn't figured out how to rub 2 sticks together and produce fire. The kingdoms of Kush, the land of Punt. You do know that Carthage was in Africa, right? The kingdom of Axum. The Lion King. Mali, perhaps? I really don't expect your whitewashed education system to teach you about either of these empires, especially Songhai, and especially not the great Zimbabwean empire. And notice, I didn't mention Egypt once. And I don't even understand your reference to the wheel, because Mesopotamia is not in Europe. And you notice that the ancient world civilizations that separately developed the wheel, such as China, the Indus Valley, and Egypt, are not in Europe either. Not only did you not build this country, you stole the land that this country is built on. And if it wasn't for the very people you stole the land from, you wouldn't have survived those first years that you were here. Now, run along and have the day that you deserve.
Go back and watch his video. He think he speaks truth to power. We did build our own country. This country. This land. This soil. Great old America. That your prisoner ancestors came and stole. We're not African. I don't understand why y'all keep saying that. We're not African. Not African. We did build our own country. This one. And for the life of me, I can't fathom, or I can't understand, I can't put in my mind the thoughts that go through you all's head. I think y'all just say stuff like that to try to provoke these types of conversation, but it's cool. Explain to me how people who can't even deal with the sun built something as extensive as the White House, the Capitol building, these monuments, this, that, and the third. Explain that. So was it all built in the wintertime in 50 below temperatures? Y'all can't even stand in the sun for 15 minutes. Otherwise, you're going to blister and burn. So explain to me, how the hell did y'all build any fucking thing? Literally, that's all I need to know. Stop discrediting my people. This is getting ridiculous. How many different languages do we have to learn in order to tell you we did build our own country? Turtle Island. We are the Aboriginal Niji of Turtle Island. Not finna go off. I'm not finna say all this crazy stuff, but I just need y'all to understand that y'all are not right. It's something wrong in the head with someone who thinks like you. It's something wrong with you. It's definitely somewhere. Your ancestors were prisoners. You didn't know much about, your royalty didn't know much about Turtle Island, so they just sent you all to the Americas because they didn't want the paupers, the prisoners, the poor, you know, the this, the that. They didn't want you all. So they put you on ships to come over here, be processed in through Ellis Island, and work. What does that sound like to you? Men, women, and children, whole families. Y'all claim we came over here on ships. That's a goddamn lie. We always been here. Y'all the ones that came over here on ships. So, stop it with these silly narratives. Oh, you didn't build nothing. Look at Africa. Look at Africa. What the fuck they got to do with us? Go talk to the Africans about Africa. Talk to them about that. Talk to the Gambians and the Zambians and the South Africans and the Nigerians and the Ethiopians and the Eritreans. Talk to them, the Ghanaians, about Africa, because that's not we don't have much to do with the continent. I think all life started on the continent, but at the same time, just let's be mindful. Okay.
Today, visit us.
You know what kills me about these motherfuckers, bro?
Or call 407-985-9484.
They're not tough.
It's time to level up your ride at R&R Tire Express.
They do all their steroids and talk their shit, and they hang out in bunches because they're fucking scared to death. None of them are tough. None of them. I've slapped 1,000 of these niggas in my life. Slapped the shit out of them. They don't do nothing.
.com/refund. We look forward to serving you soon.
Won't do a fucking thing. They talk shit about a gun. You show them a gun, they fucking run away and hide. They're a bunch of bitches, bro. They're the cowardliest motherfuckers on the planet. Yet they talk like this. It's fucking wild, bro.
Like, seriously, Lovelace, when I see things like this, I just ask myself, is it that they do not know, or maybe, okay, they don't really want to know about history, they are not told, or maybe they are told, and they chose to, like, ignore, and maybe they really think that people do not know, or people don't read. First of all, Africa is actually not a country. Africa is so big to be called a country. I think you just call it more like a continent, right? I think so. It's not a country. And you're talking about how black people never built this country, like yours, how look at how poverty Africa is and all of that. To you people, you think anytime they mention Africa is just some bunch of poverty striking people and striking continents and all of that, without even realizing that your masters, your forefathers decided to find their way into this continent and made away with so many things, including forefathers that actually built what your ancestors stole. There is one thing about your ancestors. There is one good thing about your people. Even till date, you just like to take and take and take and take. You came to Africa, you colonized it, you took African forefathers to a country that you also stole. The country you're here blabbing on how some certain individuals never built is the same country that you stole from the original owners. You think we don't know? You think we are not aware, right? You think we are not aware that even the country you live in, that you said owned country, is not actually owned by you. You actually stole it from the original owners. Like, African people, actually found out country you are here talking about before your forefathers decided to come over there, do whatsoever they want to do and what they are very good at and take it away. You have to actually read more of these histories so that you can understand, so that you won't find yourself disgracing yourself and your ancestors in public. I know people like you think that maybe because of one or two things that you have heard from your father or forefathers and all of that, you think you know it all. They never told you how they decided to colonize the world. Is this the reason why anytime these black people decide to talk about reparation, you come up to talk about how they never built this country? Where was your forefathers when the enslaved people was actually building the country that you are enjoying today? They were probably, around drinking and smoking while some responsible, strong individuals was at the field, working non-stop, picking cuttings, just the way you guys, the phrase that you guys love to use about black people, right? So your forefathers was just, roaming about, insane women, right? They're very good at that. While the people that actually built this country is busy building the country, and you are not even ashamed of yourself to come in public to spew this thing that is coming out from your mouth. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. How could you say such a thing, knowing the history that surround what America is today? I cannot even believe this. When I saw this video, I don't even know that he was talking about. At first, I was thinking that he was just talking about. I don't know that he was actually talking about black people. I don't know that he was actually talking about our forefathers that was taken forcefully to the so-called country that you are enjoying whatever you're enjoying. These people have to sacrifice a lot to put in the work of what you're enjoying today. And when their offspring, their offspring, or will I call them the descendant, tries to talk about how they were actually the people that was not paid. Other people, had reparations. This is the reason why you people decided not to give reparations to black people, right? Even, Germany gave Israel or Jewish people reparations for a Holocaust or something. But the same people that built whatsoever thing you are enjoying today, they give in everything they heard. They give in the family, friends, well-wishers. They work day and night. They don't even sleep. They don't eat well. They're always out there while you're lazy. Of course, you have supremacy. You have privilege. Why they roam around looking for who to essay, right? Instead of you to cover your face and your eyes to shame, just cover it because the shame is too much. You decided that you just want to come out here and spew what you don't know about. Probably you know, but because you guys are very good at manipulating, you just think that your global followers don't know what is happening. Like, seriously. And what baffles me is that his colleague is just there agreeing with him. Like, is it that these people don't... Oh, okay. History was struck down or was removed from school for this purpose, so that you people will not know what is going on. This is the reason why history was actually, removed from school. But the good thing is that those people that your ancestors actually forced not to know how to read nor write, their descendants decided to become more enlightened. They decided to, look for what actually happened. They decided to read more. They decided to, to search more about history. So this is why you are, ignorant and they are not. So I will advise you to actually, make some research. Make some research before you come up on a public to disgrace yourself and that of your ancestors. Like, seriously, just make a proper research before you do such a thing. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or so. We're just here for educational purposes and historical facts. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. Those people that your ancestors actually forced not to know how to read nor write, their descendants decided to become more enlightened. They decided to, look for what actually happened. They decided to read more. They decided to, to search more about history. So this is why you are, ignorant and they are not. So I will advise you to actually, make some research. Make some research before you come up on a public to disgrace yourself and that of your ancestors. Like seriously, just make a proper research before you do such a thing. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or so we're just here for educational purposes and historical facts. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.